Kia ora, and welcome to the Beer Jerk Beer of the Week Drink Along. I'm Luke, and this week we're drinking Bloody Sweet As. I'm not going to attempt to try and say that in a New Zealand accent. Bloody Sweet As is from Blue Fridge, and it's their blood orange take on Sweet As, which is one of their core range beers, which is really delicious. So this one, they've made it bloody with the addition of loads of citrus, blood oranges. And it is very, very tasty. It's possible, perhaps even likely, that you haven't come across Blue Fridge before, because Blue Fridge are one of the smallest breweries in the country. So it's a chap called Adam, over in the Coromandel in Coatuna, hopefully I'll pronounce that correctly. And he has a 120 litre brewery, which for you homebrewers watching along, that's maybe the size of brewery that you have in your garage, because 120 litres is not very big at all. That's a couple of kegs of beer. And he makes a good amount of beer on that little brew kit, and there's a place called Luke's Kitchen. So his little brew house is in a shed, basically, in the Coromandel bush. And yeah, the only place to get the beers that he brews fresh are at Luke's Kitchen, which is just a really nice little sort of cafe and restaurant that he's always got taps on at. And occasionally Adam does bigger batches, and they're contract brewed, so he just borrows other people's breweries, which contract brewing or nomadic brewing or gypsy brewing are quite common things, especially here in New Zealand. So overseas, the idea of gypsy brewing really became popular with a lot of the Scandinavian breweries like Mikkeller and Omnipollo, and yeah, just some really interesting beer movements that really happened about sort of 6 years ago, with these just creative geniuses just turning up at other people's breweries and brewing their own beers. So like Doctor's Orders in Australia did some really interesting stuff, but here in New Zealand there are breweries like Epic and Batch don't have breweries. Behemoth only got a brewery recently. Small Gods don't have a brewery. So brewing beers on other people's kits is a pretty good idea for small breweries, but also bigger ones. As I just mentioned, most Garage Project beer is not made at Garage Project because they just have their small kit in the, relatively small, it's not 120 litres in their garage. But anyway, back to Adam and Blue Fridge. So Blue Fridge is named after a blue fridge. So they're in the Blue Fridge Valley, and that was named after I think he told me in the 1970s, there was a farmhouse that used a blue fridge on the road as their postbox. And this blue fridge would often get shot at by drivers going past and passengers, or it got blown up once, and the valley just became known Blue Fridge Valley as sort of this iconic fridge, and there were sort of battles with the people that were pro-mining and anti-mining, so pretty good name for a brewery, I reckon. And Adam is a surfer, as you might imagine, and he trained as a graphic designer, which is the reason why all of the Blue Fridge cans are fucking beautiful. Such good design and art. I don't know if there's the name of the artist on here who actually did the artwork for these cans, but what I've really liked about some of the Blue Fridge design is that they've just incorporated the silver of the tin can, and they've made that, they just really stand out, just like the metallic of the silver can. And this is just two colours, it's just the orange and the blue. So really, really brilliant branding. But I think they're happy to stay quite small, really. And I know he's a man of many interests and always got various things going on. So yeah, but lucky to have got this beer in. And as I say, it's a take on the Wheat As, which is a hoppy wheat beer. And this is the same beer with loads of oranges in. And it's really summery, it's really lovely and light and summery. And it's always funny how oranges taste so summery, but of course it's a winter fruit as we're heading into winter next week. This is a beer that would taste great in the sunshine, so sorry if it's not sunny when you're drinking this. But it's wheat beers, there's a whole family of styles. from Belgian wits and various different French styles, and the German Hefeweizens. So this is more in the German like Kristallweizen sort of style, I suppose. That it's a relatively clear wheat beer, and you've got some really nice esters in there. So wheat beer, it's the amount of wheat in the malt bill gives it nice mouthfeel and nice body to it. But also the sort of yeast that you use is what gives you those sort of like clove notes. Often you do get some citrusy sort of esters in there. And using adjuncts in different wheat beers is something that has a long storied history. Not in Germany, because they don't really like adjuncts, but certainly in Belgium and in France. And the wit is definitely a style that you would have orange zest in particularly, but pepper, various kinds of spices, and Hoegaarden is quite a famous wit, which has obviously citrus zest in it. So this is, while it's not a wit, it's more of a sort of a classic German crystal wheat beer. It does fit really nicely having the citrus in there. It just works really nicely with the, it's got a nice aroma, works well with the sort of yeasty character. So yeah, really smart idea, putting citrus in this beer. I think it's pretty delicious. We've had a few beers recently that would go really well with food, but this is, yeah, it's a light, easy drinking beer. It's got a nice body to it. That keeps it interesting. But yeah, would definitely be a good beer to pair with food as well. And yeah, quite a Moorish beer. I can imagine drinking a few of these. I don't even have to imagine. I'm at Beer Jack Towers. I can just help myself to a bunch. I think you're going to enjoy this beer. I know I'm enjoying it. I don't have a lot more news to tell you really. We've got the Winter Drop as a mixed case that's coming out in the next few days. It's actually a pretty great selection, so look out for that on the Beer Jack website. And I'm going to go and carry on enjoying drinking this beer. Good work, Adam. This is delicious. I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you for joining us, and thank you to Blue Fridge for making some cool beers. See you next time. Cheers.